All right, what up, Advanced Sports? We got a fun little video today. You're gonna be joining me for my tennis lesson, okay? Anyways, get comfy. There's gonna be lots of tips Colin's gonna share with us. He explains about the one-handed backhand, the grip, lots of different things. And grab your tennis racket, because why not? What do I use, everyone? I use a Pro Staff 97 V13. Why? I am not geared to play this racket. I am not talented enough to play this racket, but I like Federer and I love tennis. So I just wanna play the way I wanna play, and I wanna play with the Pro Staff. So let's get into it. See you in the lesson.
Hey, you just do the grip change, turn it over, keep it nice and loose, squeeze the three fingers, and then feel that wrist and forearm coming through your shot, and
Yeah.
you get nice
Forearm
topspin. So when you're going to have an acceleration of your racket, but it's creating control and spin on your shot. So you're getting, that's better. You're getting away from the flat ball. Why? Because when you hit a flat ball, it'll fly.
Yeah.
When your wrist comes through. But when your wrist comes through with your topspin, you got good control.
True.
And your slice will be the same, but it won't be quite as fast. Your slice will be a little bit more measured.
Yeah.
But it's nice and relaxed. It's nice and relaxed. And feel the forearm coming forward, and don't turn your racket over.
I gotta
keep the forearm
just right in front,
like that. Yeah, don't turn the forearm.
I gotta feel almost it's like shorter a bit. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just.
And you're used to turning it over.
Yeah.
But remember, that's because when you hit a topspin, your racket naturally turns over as you hit. So you roll your forearm a little on your topspin over your shoulder, and don't swing quite as hard. Nice and easy. That's it. And it's low to high. So you're coming up to the ball. So your racket drops a little more. There's your topspin. Okay. So feel that. And you're lifting the ball with a closed racket. The slice, you're lifting the ball with an open racket, so you come down. It comes up a little after, but that's it. It's a shorter swing. It's more of an extend out. Yep, don't turn it over.
Yeah.
Okay, keep it there.
Stay open.
There it is.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Dial it now.
Get the shape of the swing nailed. Again, nice and easy. Go slow.
Am I coming to a cross?
Yeah.
Like, should I be more
right
right
with
there?
it, right this way, right here. Right behind, like you're literally pointing where it's going, okay? And you open up, you end up facing the net, that's it.
Yeah. Is it that I'm swinging like to this way, you think? Because I feel like I'm always over here.
So you're here, the racket goes through the ball, and then you open up, you come here, and you don't go.
Yeah, I got to think more
across.
straight, right? It's like here,
right
not. Yeah.
Okay, you end up off to the left a little bit, but you go right straight through your ball. Right straight through your ball. And if you do that, then you can hit.
Yeah, it's more through.
With touch and with power.
Yeah.
With the same technique.
Like that. Like that.
Linear stuff is we'll just go right here in the alley and see if you can keep the swing. Keep the swing right in here.
Like that.
Okay, just watch it doesn't go.
Should I think like I should be coming from straighter back too, if that makes sense? Like I feel like topspin I'm out here, so it's easier. Like I'm coming from like almost here.
When you're hitting your topspin, it's coming through the ball forward, so it's coming straight in that way, and then it rebounds back. So you go forward, and then it comes back. So you don't go across that way.
Okay. So either way, I should be more maybe behind.
Yeah. So hit your topspin. That's where the control comes from.
Okay.
And then it comes back.
Yeah.
It goes out and then it comes back. That's it. And it happens so fast that you can miss that. So there's your over your shoulder a bit more. Good. And again. And the reason you want it over your shoulder is you want the difference in height to be higher, so you get more topspin with that than you do with this.
It's true.
Okay. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now when you hit your slice, your wrist is laid back, the racket's open, down and through, and then just down, and then the arm comes up after because it can't stay down forever.
Yeah.
But keep it right in line. Just do it slowly, right in line. Okay. And hold it after. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's closing on it. Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So you're really as you're coming through, your wrist is coming forward,
Yeah,
and your forearm is looking after that.
Okay.
That's it. And now just down and through. And now you get a little, you're also getting better spin when you do that.
It feels like I'm hitting it softer, but it's not like, damn. It's like just, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of just like letting that happen
a bit more. Okay, so the wrist can come forward.
Yeah,
that's
forward.
fine.
I gotta go forward through.
But it's like a controlled way. Down a bit more because it's floating on you a little bit. That's it.
That was close.
And go. So when it floats, you know you haven't come down.
Or down more.
You haven't come down enough.
Okay, so it's not really that I'm too open. It's more like, it's not that I'm like this. It's just I'm coming straight through it. It's more.
Okay, and follow through. Try to get it right on the net, Corey. And you're just doing it in slow motion, and you're coming down and through. Oh, you're in trouble, by the way. A friend of mine that I play with, that was really good.
Yeah, that was so good.
A guy that I played with on Friday.
Yeah.
Bought the new Federer racket.
Oh, the RS01 Pro?
It had white highlights on it.
So it's going right back.
In a way, they're getting more and more simple.
I feel like I just need to get it anyways, even if I don't like the racket, to support Federer, you know?
Oh, you will not like the racket.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So here's your slice with your continental grip. Same grip as on your forehand. You lay the wrist back, and the racket's open. And the beauty of that is you don't have to worry about anything because the grip looks after the angle, but you're hitting down through your ball and then into your follow through. You open up a little when you get to here, but you're not going across your ball. So it looks like this. And you can see I'm just carrying that ball on the racket, and it's going down like a nice relaxed pendulum.
Okay.
So we'll start with the same thing we did on the forehand, right about here. A couple little drop shots where you just try to get the ball right on the net court and make the swing a little closer. That's where you hit your drop shot from, and slower, so you can feel like you're just going like this.
Okay.
And watch your ball, like that.
Yeah.
So the tempo is easy. Squeeze the 3 fingers. Watch your ball a little slower, Okay. You see how easy that goes?
Yeah, this is like, just feel like I'm picking it up, honestly.
Good. And your wrist is laid back, and your wrist comes forward. And you squeeze the 3 fingers so your forearm supports it.
That felt
5 chin-ups.
5 what?
5 chin-ups.
5 champs?
5 chin-ups.
Oh, nice.
Slow. And I went, holy jeez, like, you know, it was like 1 maybe, then like 2, and then all the way up.
That was like 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah.
I don't think most people can do it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Pull-ups are
down and through. That's it. Down and through. Okay, now go cross court. And when you go cross court, you just line up your body.
Oh, same thing, eh?
Let's go right to that deep corner. You line up your body. I want to go there, right there.
Yeah.
And see if you can drop it. Drop that ball back in that corner.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised. Just keep your head down and make sure you step in that direction a bit more so your weight's going behind it. So what I think about is if you go from your back foot to your front foot, when you do that, the weight should go exactly where you're going. Okay, there it is. And in that way, the word for today is you're aligning your body with your swing and your swing with your body.
A little high.
Right on the line.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I stepped nice into that one.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, I feel like it's just this. It's like I can control it with the stepping in. Just a little harder step in.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me try that.
Yeah, and you just get a little lean in there, so your body, your upper body and your lower body are on that ball. So when you're hitting it, it's like this, which is a big difference between that and this.
It's true, just like
right. And also, when you lean forward, it makes the racket angle perfect. So you're here, That's a knife slice.
It's true, eh?
And this is a sort of a floater slice.
That's it.
Okay. And you can do both. You can change up the pace just by floating one in if you want. But what you want to do is hurt him with that slice. There's a beauty.
Hey, all.
Isn't that a beauty?
Yeah,
okay.
That's good.
So now that you've done that, okay, that's it. Turn your shoulders. There you go. And you see, it's a different feeling, and you can let that wrist go a little bit more.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Just like I feel like when I'm less thinking about what my wrist is doing, they go better. Honestly, it's just kind of like let the wrist.
Just let it go. And the difference is, on the forehand, on your topspin, your wrist just goes right over the shoulder, and you're nice and loose, and you're learning how to relax into that shape, and you want to do more.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's true.
But on your backhand, you've got that wrist coming through here on the slice, and on the topspin, like let it go right to here. Don't tighten it up. Okay. Just go right through, like that. There you go.
Yeah, that one I didn't. I just the 3 fingers on that one.
Okay, and low to high. Okay, get below the ball so you're lifting it with your topspin. There you go. Feel that?
Yeah.
So the topspin is a little harder and faster than the slice.
True.
Okay, now do the slice. It's just a little more measured with the slice. Just relax and easy. Down and through, down and through. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay, down and through.
I like what you said, just guiding it, like carry it. Yeah. Just feels like I'm pushing it now. Like,
And you're lifting with your strings.
Yeah, that feels.
And because you're lifting with your strings, you're coming a little bit high to low. And then when you do your topspin, you're lifting with your strings a different way. But because you're over the ball here, you got to have that thing moving, or it'll just hit the ground.
It's true.
Okay, so a couple more. 10 o'clock on your ball, low to high. Bend your knees a bit more so you can have fun with it. Okay, good. There you go.
There we go.
And when you hit it, you're looking good there. You're still thinking of staying with your ball. And then when you're in your follow through, you can open up a little bit. You're doing a really good job of that. What you were doing before was this.
Yeah, flipping right away. Yeah, I got to really.
And in a way, it's the same on the forehand. You don't want to come here, you want to go here. Okay. And you're getting a lot of power from your body. You're using your body well. Step in. There you go.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye. Yeah.
Feel good?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, now do the forehand. And just notice it's the same conceptually. You're lifting the ball 2 o'clock over your shoulder. Brush it a bit more. And then over your shoulder there. Good. Continental grip in your ready position.
Yeah.
Change your grip for your topspin. Turn it over. Turn it over. Don't change your grip for the slice.
True,
you just come under, and you just come under. Okay?
Oh, I placed that one. I was thinking there, and then I was like, nope.
All right, guys, I am back, and you heard it. That was my lesson with Colin. So I've been taking lots of lessons this winter, so for the past like 6 months now. So I'm feeling pretty prepared. And little sneak peek, but why am I doing all this? It's because I'm joining a tennis ladder this summer, okay? So very excited. I'm going to be playing competitive tennis, and I just don't want to look like a fool. So that's why I got all these lessons. But anyways, let's go over some of the really important things that I've taken from this winter. So the big goals for me were just like get a better one-handed backhand, just be more consistent with my ground strokes. That's kind of the main thing. So the things with that is what I learned is it's all about the fundamentals, okay? Now at least I know when I make a mistake, I kind of know what's going on. And yeah, it starts with the grip. For me, you want to make sure the grip's good. And not necessarily like what your grip is, like if you're Western, you're Eastern, whatever, doesn't matter. But it's all about the pressure, okay? So whatever your style is, Colin taught me you always want to be keeping your wrist really loose. And that impact, you want to firm it up, like just for that split second with the bottom 3 fingers. So your pinky to your middle finger, you're firming up their impact. And then you get that nice little pop sound because you don't want to keep it too stiff. If you have your wrist too stiff, then you can't like be as loose and get that nice spin that you want. So for your top spin, both and slice. And then what else did I think is very important? So position where you're hitting the ball. So that's why I guess getting prepared early is very important as well, because you want to make sure you're always hitting that ball 1 to 1.5 feet in front of you and kind of like hip height ish. Okay. I'm no tennis pro, but this is kind of what I go for. So you want to kind of move around the court and just place the ball into that position when you're hitting it. And then you're always hitting the same shot. Okay. And how do you hit the ball? Okay. Depending on slice or topspin, but let's talk about topspin. Okay. You look at the ball like a clock. You see that clock on the ball. When you're on your forehand, you're going to be hitting 2. Boom. Hit that 2 o'clock. Racket slightly pointed down. Loose wrist, firming up at impact. Boom. Get that nice pop. Get that nice spin. Hit it at 2 o'clock. You see that? And then on the back end, it's just the opposite. Flip it around. You're at 10 o'clock now. Now you're partying at night. Okay. It's no longer lunch. You're hitting that 10 o'clock. Nice loose wrist in the club, you know, shaking it like you want. And then boom. Hit that nice backhand. And again, this is one-hand backhand. I'm working on my one-hand backhand hard, okay? And I've contemplated many times, like, oh, should I just hit a two-hand? Like, I literally naturally hit a two-hand better. But no, because I love Federer. That's just what I want everyone to know. And my take on this is, like, I'm not a super competitive tennis player, but I want to be, like, playing competitive. But I want to play it the way I want to play, you know? Like, I play tennis for fun, so I want to play like Federer to my best of ability, which is way off. And that's why you heard earlier, I need to go get that RF01 Pro, okay? So if anyone got that Wilson hookup, I don't want to pay $450 for a racket right now. So, yeah, hook it up, Wilson. Anyways, another really important thing with, like, any of your ground strokes, like whatever slice, you're hitting from the back of the court, is after you get prepared early, okay? It's all about kind of where your weight is. Like when you're hitting the ball, you want to kind of be pushing into it, into that direction you're hitting. So wherever your weight's moving, you're likely to be hitting in that direction. So just try to stay nice and controlled, stable, moving the weight in the direction of where you want to hit while you hit it. And then that goes good. And then, yeah, I notice especially with the backhand, that's important. Like especially on the one hand, if I don't kind of get my weight going in the right direction and I'm kind of not prepared early, then it's an extremely hard shot. You know, one hand backhand as hard as it is, you know, it's like I'm trying to do a harder thing than the other one. It's like driving a car manual, you know. Funny story with the Medman. Okay, I'm just going to take a break from tennis for a sec. But how did Medi, the Medman, learn to drive a manual car? Okay, he decided to invite his friends one day after he got his car to San Francisco, okay, where he just started living with his parents and he got a manual car and he was learning to drive. And I stalled constantly, okay? And I decided, let's bring my friends to San Francisco, which is probably the hardest city to drive in. Anyways, long story short, I stalled in the middle of red lights many times. It was awkward, but that's okay. Anyways, back to tennis here. So what else do we need to talk about? So we talked about hitting the weight in the right direction, and that's kind of the main thing. Get your grip right, get the ball in the right position, keep the wrist nice and loose, weight in the direction of the swing, and then kind of good things happen. So whenever I start missing, I'm going to make sure I just go back to those fundamentals, and then we're going to get our game back. Because why am I doing all this? Why is Medman developing his game? As I already mentioned, we are joining the Ottawa Tennis and Lawn Bowling Club, OTLBC, whatever it stands for, I don't know, but I'm joining it. I was a member a couple years ago, but I'm back, okay? We joined the tennis club. And a big goal in my life, I don't know what it is. Growing up, I was always like, I want to play competitive tennis, you know, and I was always just too much of a chicken shit to do it. I played soccer, I played golf, I did all the things, but now it's time to start tennis. I'm just a how old am I? I'm 34 years old now, okay? I just want a little bit of competition in my life. I want to have fun playing tennis. I want to meet some new friends, you know what I'm saying? Some tennis friends. I don't have any tennis friends right now. Where am I going with this? I'm not sure. But my tennis goals, honestly, I just want to be a good player. I just want to get better. It's been a big goal of mine. And yeah, I'm really excited for this tennis ladder. Basically how it works is the club hosts this tennis ladder. And it's this basically ladder system where there's up to 200 players. And every 3 weeks, you're going to be paired with 4 different players, which you play them all. And then at the end of the 3 weeks, the rankings change. So if you win, you go up. If you lose, you go down. Something like that. And then the next 3 weeks after that, you're going to get different players. So really excited for that. It's going to be a fun little challenge this summer, fun little thing to do, meet some new people, have a little bit of fun, have a little competition. And I'm going to share the journey. I don't know, this is a goal of mine. I don't know if anyone else has been wanting to do this, but I highly encourage you to go do it. You don't have to do what I did and get 6 months of tennis lessons before. You can just join. All different levels, okay? I even looked at this tennis club and there was like beginners, super beginners, novice, intermediate, middle intermediate, advanced, high level advanced. It was crazy. They had it for everything. And they had different age groups. It was like social night. It was this and that. And I was like, oh my God, this club is amazing. This is where the Medman belongs to be. Lots of content coming. I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. So enjoy the rest of the rallies. We'll see you in the next one, but hopefully there's going to be some good tennis matches coming in the next couple weeks. Anyways, guys, see you in the next one. Medman Sports out. Peace.